I've decided, impromptu. Oh, we're having a stop. We're having a shit, apparently. Thank you. At least doing it here and not in the stable. As I'm rushing to get my horse. Rushing. Because Farrier's turning up. I decided, let's read how many dragon books can I read in so many days. Maybe a week. I don't know. Haven't planned this through. It's an impromptu. First off, I'm starting with Ascendant. Melly, we are in a rush. Can you move your ass a bit? I'm going to start reading Ascendant. Taryn Matthew recommended it to me. I was in my library. And coincidentally, I actually kind of met the author without knowing, because he was at Goldsboro in the Fantasy Court. Nally's friends don't want her to leave or touch it. They have to put up with it. He was there, and I was like, oh, I've actually already got your book. And luckily it's on audio. I love indie books are on audio, because, oh my god, my physical reading is like next to none. So I've decided I'm going to start reading that today. And I'm going to keep updated, because it's fucking dragons. How many dragon books can I read in a week? Let's go. It has a Q factor. Fucking Q factor. A blind dragon. But it's so cute. I'm having a love-hate relationship with this book. It's part of it I'm loving. I'm loving the fact that dragon's blind, giving more visibility back. But also the prose is very simple, a little bit clunky, and it's brushing over things I'd like to go into a bit more depth, like character, especially character motivation, especially character relationships. It's just kind of skimming the top line of it, and I'm a bit thinking it's more of a young adult kind of book, which, to be fair, isn't my kind of thing. But when I kind of go, do I put it down? I get to a section, I was like, actually, no, this is actually getting quite good. Like, I think the story's good. I think it's just the execution that's my issue. So no, I'm going to keep going for now. Oh, that is bright. It's probably one of the books I think you have to change your expectations on. Where that is still, that's a bit better. You change your expectations on, and it's more of a palette cleanser, in for the vibes. Not even in for the vibes, just kind of going for the ride, and don't think critically about it at all. Just kind of go, nah, just in for the ride. It's kind of how I approach cozy fantasy as well. So it's a bit like that. So I'm trying to change my expectations, but we will see. What an absolute lovely fucking day. So I do like the messaging of judging people too quickly, especially if they appear wrong or disabled. I really like that. I was like, love that shit. I actually love that shit. I just wish it was dealt with a bit more finesse. But there we go. I DNF Descendant. This is me. To be honest, we made 2 DNFs because I thought it was going to be like a 2-star, 2-3-star. DNF books are not going to be 3.5 and above. So I started on because Sam Harrison has been talking about the Blood and Fire series. I read book 1, just off the grass. Oh boy, come here. Oh boy. I read book 1. Wasn't a massive. I found it too similar to Aragon, so I thought I'd give book 2 a try. So I won that. So we're going to see. Jester, come here. Come on, Jester. This was definitely a good shout. Definitely a fucking good shout. Liking it. I'm liking it a lot more than book 1. I don't remember much. But I'm keeping up. I'm not going back to reread book 1. No, I'm not doing that. So, but I am liking it a lot more. I'm liking the more POVs. I'm liking the more depth of the characters. And it does deserve criticism because it is too much like Aragon. It has moved away in this, which I heard. But the fact that there's Urgles and Urgs, and they both have a fade, like, that is a criticism. Like, I do think Ryan Cahill could have put a little bit more thought into naming his creatures so they didn't sound so similar. But that's by the by, especially with book 1. That definitely deserves, like, I understand why people like it, because it is adult Aragon, but it is adult Aragon. Like, almost plot point to plot point is almost exactly the same, especially with the creatures. Like, it's too similar. It's sort of towing the line of plagiarism, towing it, just pressing the toe against it. Just, I'm not saying it is, it's just close. It's close. 5:30, and I've just finished work. So I'm gonna listen to this on the way home, and then probably try and get an early night. Who fucking knows? sun's out. That means, look at that, my pale ass fucking legs. Proper farmer's tan I've got. But, book 2 in the Band of the Broken, the Riot Title one, I don't even fucking know what I'm listening to. I hate with vengeance stupid characters. There's naive, then there's being downright stupid. And I think if you're going to write a naive character, you have to make sure the reader doesn't see points of betrayal going to come. Otherwise, you get really irritated because you can see it, but the character can't. You're like, why are you so fucking dumb? So that's my 2 cents on that. Other than that, I'm enjoying this. This was a good shout for me to start. I don't really have much thoughts on characters, apart from obviously the Rufus. Good boy. I'm teaching her to back up to a command. And he's getting it. He's only a little bubba. So I don't have much thoughts on characters, apart from they're just fine. They're just there. They're nothing amazing. Slightly one-dimensional, but not completely horrible that I'm not invested. But yeah, not completely horrible that I'm not invested. So you're gonna roll. He's gonna roll for you. Hear that groan. It's not like you've just been ridden, Rufus. It's not that I'm not invested, but it is the fact that they're just not as interesting as I like. I like a bit more depth to my characters, but that's just my personal preference. Other than that, it's a fine book. If I was, I don't know if it's because I come off a bit of a terrible book that I sent it was that I'm a bit like anything's fucking good at this point, but that is actually a bit harsh. But it's a fine book. I'm enjoying myself. I do wish I was more dragons, but I feel a lot of threads that are going to interweave together and set up something bigger. I feel that's going to come. Tell me you don't know how animals work. Like, tell me you don't know how animals work. How the hell is a wild wolf kind thing going to put its own feet willingly into a harness to be lifted? That don't work. That just don't work. No. That's not how any animals work. It just no. Also, on the point, I'm very meh on this series, and I don't know if I might speed it up. I've only got 3 hours left, and we're already on 2.5 speed. So, I might speed it up. But I'm very, I don't understand the hype for this series at all. I'm very like, oh, okay. It's just fine. To be honest, a just fine book is good enough for me. This is not helping. Stop it. Can tell you're not scared of shit. Well, it's a sleepy Monday morning for these guys. Don't get up on my account, Pumbaa. If you're sleeping, sure you deserve it. Hello. God, you're a bit patchy. Aren't you? Am I really that scary? Hello, Dick. Mum's not giving an absolute shit in the back of the field. It's 6:30 in the morning. First ponies are fed, and I DNF'd a book. I don't know what it is at the moment. I'm having a really bad reading week. It's not great. So I've started Dragons of Deepwood Fen. Started off to a strong fucking start. It better be fucking good, otherwise I'm just gonna pull my eyeballs out. I have this issue with indie books a lot of the time. Sometimes I get why people like them, but sometimes I'm kind of like they're not up to my standard as a reader and as a writer, especially prose. And they tend to have a lot of shallow characters, in a sense. The only indie book that I felt that has been incredible is Rebellion. That is the only one. I don't know what this says about me. It's not great. I keep trying them, but half the time I feel like their prose is not up to par, or they rush part of the story and skim over some really good, interesting things that they could have actually implemented. And I'm like, why? That would have been so cool, and it just makes the story really shallow. So, but I DNF'd of the darkness and whatever the fucking book is. I don't know, the Ryan Garden Dragon book. It was fine. It was just fine, and I found myself speeding up to 3 times speed to finish it. And when I get to that point, I'm like, nah. I'm literally just gonna DNF it and start something else. I know Trad has its issues as well. I have issues as well, but I find you have less of an issue with Trad than you do with Indie. Does that make sense? Anyway, feel free to suggest some indie books you think I might like that have really good prose and have a really fucking strong story. And I mean, it's got to be a strong story. The only time I'm not too bothered by it is if it's cozy, because I'm going there for the vibes. I'm going there to feel warm, and if they achieve that, they've succeeded. Whereas all the other indie books, I'm looking for more within the story, and they never kind of get it. Dragon of Deepwood Fen. It starts off really cool. They can eat scales. It reminds me a little bit of Anthony Ryan's Draconis kind of the Waking Fire series, which they ingest like dragon blood to get extra powers. And I'm kind of like, well, maybe do I dive back into that series after I finish this one? Do I do that? I'm loving it. I'm not that far in, like chapter 12, so not that far in. But it's cool. It's amazing. I'm hoping this is going to live up to everything that I want it to. I'm kind of getting the Silver Blood Promise vibes. That's a good thing. I don't know. It feels like that kind of gritty kind of world. Even though I can't find anything that technically links them together, apart from vibes. That's the vibes. I'm really liking it. This was a good shout. This was a fucking good shout. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star, which I wanted a banger, but I will take a 4-star. I will take a 4-star. Definitely has tension, politics, a lot of fucking dragons. I have like 4 hours left and not enough hours in the day to finish it. So we'll finish it tomorrow, but really enjoying it. The only issue I'm having is, I think the narrator's Colin Vance. Same guy who did the Lightbringer series, and I can't get it out of my head, because there's a character, and it must be the fucking character. They have similar names from the series. Same narrator. But narrator has, I think he has like a set voices he just like rolls through. So he'll do a set voice, and I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so from the Lightbringer series, and it's not. It also doesn't help that one of the characters in both books, they have a character called Andros. In both of them, I hate the fucking guy. So, although the Andros in Lightbringer is a lot more complicated, so as a character I like him, as a person I don't. It's rocking so far. This book has one of my favourite tropes. Can't tell you what the trope is, because it's a spoiler for the fucking book. The ending! Why didn't I read this sooner? Why did I not read this? Why didn't I read this sooner? This is so good. I loved it. I haven't given you much updates because I've just been hyper-focusing on reading this book. It's really fucking good. Really expansive world. The characters were just amazing. Obviously there's dragons. And the dragons, like Anthony Ryan's like Draconis, the Waking Fire series, they're not just dragons. They actually have reasons. They're actually like real creatures, and it's not just, oh, they do this just because. Things actually make sense. And I like how the dragons have influenced the world as well. I think that's really interesting. Not enough people do that. It's so good. It's just, it's not as good as Dragon Rider by Tara Through, but it's close. It's close. Because of my favourite trope and because of the ending, I cannot wait to get to book 2. I will say, I don't quite recommend this for audio. It's Simon Vance, not Colin Vance. Simon Vance is just fine as a narrator. He doesn't really bring a story to life. He is good at what he does. He's just not my kind of taste, not my personal preference. But I like how everything came together, especially like from the beginning. This because there's one character who is an inquisitor. It kind of has sort of an investigative murder mystery kind of vibe going, which I really like. And the Inquisitors are not like the Inquisitors in First Law, which is kind of refreshing, to be fair. Have good people be Inquisitors, yes please. But I really enjoyed this book, it was so good. I think I am going to post a full review because my thoughts are just a little bit too jumbled and oh my god at the moment. But I recommend this book. Pick up the Dragons of Deepwood Fen because holy shit. It's good shit. It's good shit. For somebody who hasn't had that great of a reading week, it ended on a banger, which is fucking good. So, I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.